Well, this week Adesanya was teasing that he knew something that Alex Pereira didn't know, and I have a feeling the thing that he knew was that Pereira punches like Satan, and if you get hit with it, you sink into the hellfire of our realm. It's bad.
I know something he doesn't.
Which is what?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The power is within us. We can make this better. Forget divide and conquer. Weather the storm together.
This sport is so cruel. I was watching that fight thinking like, no. Again, it was like Usman. He's winning. Oh, no. I like seeing the best succeed. Like, they're so good. I want them to be perfect. This is not a sport. It's deathmatch. Just picture trying to build your brand. You're the Nigerian king. You're undefeated at middleweight. You're so good. Your striking is like on an otherworldly level. People who were former champions are afraid. They don't understand what's happening when they fight you. And then, boom, one guy comes, knocks you out. You're now sliding down that pound for pound ranking. He takes your spot. You have this rival from the past that you just can't beat, that bully in high school. You go from, am I as good as Anderson Silva? Better, maybe? John Jones level? To like, oh, you lost to some guy with 4 fights. So I have some thoughts on this banana card and where things went wrong. I feel that Alex Pereira, he's a light heavyweight. That guy is, I don't know if he's cheating to lose all that weight. Like, he's at least 20 pounds heavier than Adesanya. I don't know how he cuts weight. He must take something. I don't know if this is natural. Like, this shouldn't be allowed to just lose all this weight by water and then put it back on. It's such a deceitful move, this whole weight cutting thing, but props to him if he did it naturally and he was able to gain that advantage. What can you do? I mean, it reminds me of when John Jones, he's defeating everybody, and then he fights Gustafsson, someone who's his height, and all of a sudden he's struggling. It's the hardest fight of his life. He later proved that he just wasn't trying, and he destroyed Gustafsson, so it wasn't a huge deal. But same with the Reyes fight. John Jones, it's like same height, same reach. He lost that fight, in my opinion, so we'll get to Reyes. So it makes me wonder, like, was John Jones so good because he was so much bigger than everybody and much longer reach? Nobody could touch him, and he knew how to perfect it, keep you at the end of those inches. Like, I fear for his life at heavyweight. You think he's gonna come fight Ngannou? Like, no way. He'd probably get knocked out in 1 round, I think. These guys are big. His advantage was there, just like Conor McGregor at 145 pounds was unstoppable. These weight cutters, this is a game of weight cutting. It's a weight loss company. This should be Jenny Craig FC. That's all I know. And so Issy, like, dominating everybody, and then he goes up and fights Jan Blachowicz, like, not even the best guy up there. He should not have ever touched that belt. But, like, he loses because the guy's big, he's same size. And now fighting Pereira, it's like, you could see them in the ring. It's like, that's a problem. He's huge. And he was winning. He basically won the fight until he didn't. So, like, he's good, but damn if size doesn't matter. That brings us to the real reason Issy lost, and that's that he eats like a middle schooler without a babysitter. If you've ever watched any of his YouTube videos, he's always ordering fast food. You can't build a body out of junk. Nutrition is huge. Matt Hughes, he got away with it somehow. I remember listening to his videos. Yes, I'm a diet-obsessed moron. He said, diet doesn't matter. You just burn it off in the gym. And that worked for a long time until it didn't. Until he fought George St. Pierre, who had a better diet and took it serious, and then he lost to even BJ Penn from a weight class below. So I don't know what happens in the rematch. Issy will probably win it. He could, but it's just, doesn't that suck to have the one guy who's just better than you, like Usman Covington? Covington can't beat Usman. It's just not gonna happen. He could beat everybody else in the weight class. It's hard to say Alex Pereira has his number when, like, they fought 3 times. Issy apparently won on most people's scorecards the first one. Second one, he was winning until he got knocked out. And then this one, he was winning until he got knocked out. I don't know, Pereira's just like really lucky and punches like Satan. When it comes to Carlas Esparza losing her belt, let's just, a little rant. I'm just going to say she was never a champion. She was never the champion of that division. Her first fight to get the belt was coming from The Ultimate Fighter. It was like there was no champion, there was no division, and then they fought. There was nobody. And then she got the belt. She's now champion. She lost it immediately. Like her next fight, she's never defended a belt. She won the belt, and then like 8 years later, got it back. That Rose fight, like you did not win a belt that night. You won my distrust and a potential lawsuit in the making. That was the worst fight ever. To say you won the belt back, like no. So like she was never champ, and she's never defended it. And Weili Zhang, she wins by China. People keep saying Carla has the best wrestling in the division. I don't know, Zhang out-wrestled her, and that Tatiana Suarez lady dominated her. Is she coming back, or is she done? She had like a neck injury. She was the hottest prospect ever. And then she like, sorry, my neck hurts. That sucks. She should have ate like George St. Pierre, not Issy. When it comes to that Chandler Poirier fight, I just feel like these men risk their health to appease drunk fools who are like, whoa, what a war, bro. Oh, they're war. Do you want to fight in the crowd? Beer. MMA fans are like the lowest level. I'm talking about you. You're so undignified. On this channel, I get like 80% likes. That's very low for normal. You're not normal. Thumbing down. I hate what he said. Oh my god. Sean O'Malley didn't dominate Yan? It couldn't have been a joke. I take everything serious. You're all morons. And Chandler and Poirier are dead now. They're going to be the dumbest grandfathers you ever seen. Be like, hey, it's my birthday, Grandpa. He's like, oh shit, I forgot. I'm so sorry. I've been punched quite a bit. Have you seen my highlight reel? Yeah, we've seen it, Grandpa. Just come to my birthday sometime. But fantastic fight. I was excited and scared for both of them, but that played out like I thought it would. Like, they're gonna run into each other, and Poirier just hasn't been broken yet. He's just the toughest fighter in the UFC, maybe. Like, he gets rocked a lot, but like, you never think he's finished. It's like he's getting punched. He's gonna come back. He's weathering a storm on purpose, and then he destroys your life. So well done. It's not like he's beating Khabib's clone. So like, he didn't even want the fight. Someone asked him in the pre-fight press conference, they're like, so, what do you think of Makhachev? You want that fight next if you win? It's like, I don't know, man. Not really. I'd rather take some time off. Like, he's not winning that fight, and he knows it. I hate the fact that he's gonna go up and try again the third time to win the real belt and run into Makhachev. That's not fair. Unless Volkanovski wins, which he probably will. Volkanovski, Poirier, anyone? I'll take a side of that. All right, anything else we should discuss? Gutierrez beating Edgar. We kind of knew that was going to happen. It's sad, but that's the reality of Edgar. He's always been like rocked in every single fight for like 10 years. A heart of a warrior, but also like being kicked in the head by a horse would have been a better career path for him, I think. Dan Hooker beating Pugliese. That fight, like, Dan Hooker is done, in my opinion. He's taken way too much damage. He should not be beating anybody in the UFC. I didn't think that Pugliese was like the worst fighter on earth and was gonna fight like Ryan Hall, just diving. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. Like, he was like going and then just falling back, hoping to grab an ankle or something. You're not a dog. Like a puppy chewing socks or something. It was the worst fight I've ever seen. That was embarrassing. Hooker was just like, what are you doing? Get up, you stupid moron. That was bad. I can't believe I picked that guy. I will never pick him again. And he'll probably go on a 7-fight winning streak. And every one of my picks, I'm going to lose so much credibility because of him. I hate him. I said all of Izzy's teammates were going to lose and Izzy win. That was almost ass backwards. The only one I got right was, what's his name? The short one, losing, as he should. Last thing of note, Dominic Reyes losing again. I just feel like he's holding on to, like, I beat John Jones, I'm the best. And then he went into that Yan fight, like, barely trying. He was like, I'm the best. Did you see that fight? You scored it for me. And then it's like, oh, I still have to train and try? People are, like, actually better than John Jones versus me? Like, they have advantages? And he's just losing over and over again because he's not good anymore. I remember the lead up to the John Jones fight, and Dominic Reyes was saying, like, I'm a robot in there. I calculate your movements. I'm reading you. I'm learning AI technology in here. And once you make that mistake, then I know how, within an inch, to kill you. Now he can't read a book if it was a children's book. He needs to take 3 years off and then drop down to welterweight for him to have a chance. That's his only chance. And he's going to get knocked out in his comeback fight. That's going to suck. So fantastic card, ups and downs, the emotions. I was so nervous watching Izzy fight. I just didn't want him to lose, to have that role model to look up to. Like, that's what perfection could be. And then he lost. That sucked. But hopefully he rights the ship. He just makes a couple tweaks. That left hook, that damn weapon. Satan's hook. It's not fair. So we're done. What'd you think of the fights? Let me know down below. Subscribe.